sort of thing. All right, close enough.
Stupidity. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Attack commencing. Capture objective A.
I mean, first thing, like, it doesn't really matter, but like,
Attack commencing.
it doesn't. It's not even worth saying. Like normally there's a widow up top, and you don't want to just walk out like this, but like, it is diamond, so but like, even in diamond, right? There might be a widow up here, so it's always better. I'd recommend taking the left door or just waiting a second. Like a widow could hook up. What's up, Kirito? How are you? But that's like a minor thing. And like that's more of a thing you'll learn as you face better widows who will do it more to you.
Objective A.
Where's the fun in playing fair?
Okay. Yep. This works. Okay, so like one thing is Symmetra is, oh shit. You need to dodge fire strikes. I'm sorry, but like dodging fire strikes is so important because Symmetra is already like super squishy. If you get hit by one, you're just in a fucked position. Like you're probably gonna die. So here, like this is kind of obvious. Try to dodge. Like always, if you're gonna approach a Reinhardt, expect the fire strike. Right? Like you kind of just tunnel onto left clicking him, but like if you haven't seen him fire strike and you're gonna start left clicking him, make sure you like are gonna dodge the fire strike. Super important because if it hits you and you're 100 HP, if the hog had literally just shot you at the same time, you would have been dead, and then you've been complaining, oh, Symmetra needs 250 HP. Like, well, no, like he's a fragile hero with high damage, and it's your responsibility to position well so you don't take too much damage. How are you? It's good to see you. I had such a boring day. I'm okay. I kind of had a boring day too. I went to class and I came back and then I started streaming. I'm sorry that your day is boring. I hope I make it more exciting. Although I don't think so. I feel like I'm kind of boring. Okay, so you saw the Genji. Well, the Genji just killed your Zen. So one thing you should have done, and which you could have prevented your Zen from dying, is if walking here, you like, honestly, I always do this. Like, so what I would have done is, if you're gonna walk in left, I would throw one turret up here, because like, you always want to have turrets down. If you're ever spending time at, what class do I take? I'm in the computer science, so just like kind of math programming courses. So if you have 3 turrets in your bank, this is not good. You don't want to ever be at 3 full. Always made with David. Wow, that's nice of you to say. Thank you. If you have 3 turrets, you're wasting potential because essentially you always want to be recharging new ones. So I would throw one down, like there's no reason not to throw them down really, because if you throw, like, if say you just throw one down here, right, and then it's already recharging, like 1, 2, 3, 4. So like by the time you take damage, you already have it like halfway back. So if you had thrown turrets as you would approach the point, not only would you have like, well, the main thing is you just protect your backline. Really, that's what it is. Like you would have prevented the Genji from killing your Zen. Like actually you wouldn't have prevented it, but you would, like, it would have been highly unlikely that he killed him, and he probably wouldn't have been able to kill him in return. So here, I mean, that's kind of risky, dude. Like that, like you almost died there. Holy shit. So I guess this is where communication is good with Sim, but like, I'll assume that I'm trying to VOD review like without saying you should communicate. So what can you do without communicating? I mean, first of all, you need to, like, first your Ryan is just wasting his shield. If you look, this is the one thing with Ryan mains. If there's no one shooting and you're holding shield, then you're not actually doing anything. Like, look, so here. He puts his shield up. Got all the Symmetra's leak skin. And the golden gun is so pretty. I don't have a single leak skin. You look here, so he's holding shield and you stop left clicking. So, I mean, there's no value from his shield. And you reload as well. So you throw a turret and reload. So think about it, like his shield, how much damage does his shield take? And like, you're not doing any damage to them. It's not worth it. And then his shield breaks. So as soon as you hear barriers failing, you need to hide, because if you, against better players, like, you're just gonna die here. Like the hog misses his hook and stuff. He misses hook. He misses his scrap gun like by 1 centimeter, almost kills you. But if it's a better hog, you would die here. So I guess just pay attention to your Reinhardt. Like, make sure. Okay, so if your Reinhardt doesn't know how to manage his shield yourself, it's your responsibility to like take into account how he's using it and like kind of play in a way that synergizes with it. Like even if he's doing the wrong thing, putting his shield up at the wrong times, but like if you're not going to communicate with him, it's your responsibility to adjust to him. So you need to be making sure you're left clicking when it's up and then hiding when it's down, if that makes sense. Soul Dynasty is your favorite. You live in Seoul, so it's my first pick. That skin with a gold gun is beautiful. Which skin? Well, I shouldn't get distracted. Okay. Okay, so that's just like choke. I don't know. That's like how to live in a choke, how to be effective in a choke is Symmetra. So okay, you're wasting too much time in here. That's the first thing. Like a minute goes by and you haven't gained any advantage really. And your Ryan dies. So this should, it's okay, but like that's actually a stupid 2P. You're actually lucky that you didn't die. No, it's fine. Like, no, you can talk and chat all you want. I'm just saying, like, I shouldn't get distracted. Because I was gonna check like the skins in the thing. But okay, so this, if you don't do these, like, this is like an extremely risky TP bomb. Like it, and you just kind of do it because just for the sake of doing it, right? There's no like real plan behind it. You're just like, oh, I haven't been doing much, so I need to do something. Like, I haven't been doing that much for the past minute, so like I need to do something. And you kind of just, and then like when you need to do something, TP bomb's like your only option. But like, don't do this, right? It's better just to back up. Your Ryan's dead. You're not gonna win this. Like, you might, but you go through. Well, you can see before you go through that. Oh my gosh. Yeah, I just have to click. Like, you're lucky you didn't get slept. You go through, like you go through and you see the Ana. Oh my, it's like 1 frame. So here, so like at this point you see the Ana. All she had to do was like press shift on you and you're dead. Or if she throws a grenade at you, all your turrets die. So like, this is too risky, because if you clicks 1 button, all your turrets are dead. You're antied. Like, even if you go back, you're still probably dead. But really, you just get lucky here. But now that you're here, the move is, so like, going to point straight away is not that good, because you just put yourself in a position to get killed by the hog. And now he's just looking right at you. At this point, who do you think the hog is gonna try to kill? He's gonna go for you. So what you should have done, you could have used this pillar. Like, not what you should have done, but what I would have done, or if I suddenly got teleported into your game at this moment, I would have used this pillar to line of sight him. I know the hog is gonna either walk this way or this way, so I just have to listen, play it opposite side. There's a chance, like, there's a good chance that you completely block your entire model and he doesn't see you at all. But otherwise, your teammates here, this is the safest spot, using this pillar to cover from the hog. Going a point here just like puts you in a vulnerable position, and also you run away from your turrets, which should help you. But you get ult. So to live here, what you should do is throw the ult, protect your right side, throw it like vertically. You didn't notice that, Anna? Good point. Oh, is this you? Are you Blowmore? Oh, if that were, oh, never mind. If you said if that were me. Okay, so he even get nanoed. So, okay, so you put the shield down. Okay, yeah, so good. Yeah, you did the right thing. Except it's just not like your Moira's still gonna die because you didn't put it like you put it in a way that he can just walk past it in one step. So if you put it more like centered and give it more distance from him, then he like if you actually put it like from here down. Okay, what would have been the best thing? Actually, the best is to, if you saw the Widow here, like this is next, like this would be the most optimal. No, okay, my bad. This is the most optimal would be to place it here and then down the point vertically. And that way, and then you hide on the left side. You can fight the Ana alone. The Widow can't stand up here and snipe you. And the Hog, because he's in whole Hog and his movement speed is reduced, he won't be able to walk past the shield and start doing damage to your team. But you can see here, he's just like, by the time you place it, he's already through. And your Mari's just gonna keep hitting back, so she has no chance to go to the other side. So she might die. So he just decides to ignore. Okay, yeah, so he kills your Moira. And you get sniped by the Widow. So, I mean, that's one thing. You just forgot about the Widow, but even though you saw her. At this point, like, a Hog's not a threat. Especially when he jumps backwards and heals. So, like, you keep zapping him even though the threat is coming from a different direction and you die for it. Well, that's like one of the hardest things. You should have put it horizontally if you ask me. I don't think so, because then the Hog just, he takes like, well, actually if he put it, well, if you look where he was standing when he started placing it, it wouldn't have been in a good position. Like he starts putting it here, right? So if he placed it horizontally here, this would have been terrible. Ultra Pros, thanks for the follow. That makes sense. So, but if he had been further back on point and placed it horizontally, I agree it would have been good. But from the position he started placing it at, then putting it horizontally wouldn't have been that good, because he would have had to fight the Hog without a shield. But if you'd place it like diagonally like this, you basically, like, it would have been way better, because then you just had to realize the Widow's here. And that's the hardest thing. The hardest thing is like fighting the front line while also paying attention, like not paying attention, but like keeping track of where long range threats are coming from. If you can master that, like, you just become untouchable in fights, because then you can manage the front line, like prevent dying to them, and also, like, I don't know, don't die to Widows in the back. Go pop. Okay, so you win the point with staggers. That's pretty good. Okay, so you kill the arrow. Okay, that's really... No, I don't want to go in. You're gonna die here. You're just gonna... Okay, so here you just... is there a chance you win? It depends who your second healer is. Lucio. Oof. I would say you'd lose this 100%, but it is Diamond, right? So you have a chance, I guess. You all group up on your Lucio and your Lucio gets beat, you can win this. Okay, so your Hog is pretty good at the game, just killing everybody. So you hear the Widow starts shooting at you, but you don't look at her. That's like the only thing. As soon as you get shot at by a Widow, you need to like identify where she is and like start. It's a risky play and it only works. I don't know why it works. Like that shouldn't have worked, in my opinion. You're in high diamond. Your highest peak was just GM. Usually sitting low to mid masters, but I'm having some hard games lately. Yeah, a lot of people are having hard games. Risky play. Shouldn't have worked, but it does. Sometimes that happens, and like, there's not much you can do to predict it. And I guess like, but in my opinion, if your main healer dies on like point A, that's like an instant reset. Like if that your main healer's dead, like you should just reset right away. Like honestly, I don't know how you killed him. I'm gonna look. Like you hit an orb on him. Oh, the Reinhardt pins the Reinhardt. Okay, so even though they're wait, oh my, that was so... Oh wait, I understand. The Rein charged in. Okay, so that's extremely lucky. That shouldn't. That's like. Okay, oh my. Okay, so here's what happened. Your Reinhardt charged from point A, went through the TP, pinned their Reinhardt, and this orb hit him at the same time. So even though they had both healers sitting here, you basically one-shot the Reinhardt. Okay, so that's incredibly lucky. That's super lucky. And like their team just, I don't know. How does their Hog die? That's my question. Okay. Sometimes like pushes just work out and that like you just lose like, I don't know. Sometimes crazy pushes happen. There's not much you can say about that because that was more like luck. It's not like you didn't really do anything crazy to win it, and like you didn't do any mistakes really, so not much to say about that. Oh, you know about this. Okay, yeah, so that you can go out there. In my opinion, all your turrets are kind of useless. What I would do, especially in like lower ranks where you especially if you know they're gonna run Reinhardt, is most teams with Reinhardt, they tend to go to the right. So you could have got a ton of ult charge if you had, instead of placed all your turrets like expecting them to go. These are for like if they walk main or go left, but like most teams only do that if they have a Winston kind of thing. And they went Rein last round. Put him up top in case of a Widow. Yeah, that also works. I mean, that's what I did earlier, like in one of my games. But what I would have done is if you play in this room, like, so I put one turret here, one turret like inside of this room on this kind of corner, and then one turret on this wall, kind of on the, so like when you go through, there's an exit, and then there's a wall up here. Put it up here. Then you have one here, one here, one here. They're all gonna go left. And then what you can do is stand here and spam orbs diagonally through this little choke point. And as you can see, they're gonna walk left. So if you'd been spamming orbs and had all your turrets there, you would have been at like 50% ult charge. On this map, you put turrets even closer to your defense, like side room near the defending team. It really depends what their comp is. Against dive, or like against dive, turrets kind of protecting a choke are useless. Against dive, you should spread out your turrets and use them as like, I don't know, dive suppressants kind of thing. Stack 3 next to the fountain on the right side. Yeah, that can work, but I would only do that if they have a Winston. Like, if they have someone who can clear your turrets out, then it's worth to like, it's better to put them in spots where they're less likely to get, or they're less likely to interact with the other team, because the more likely they are to interact with the other team if they have a Winston, then more likely they are to be destroyed. So that makes sense. You miss the ult sim, you get TV in literally 15 seconds. Yeah, that was kind of broken. So another mistake. This hook's kind of like lucky. Your runner literally jumps over it. But I mean, like, you spend too long. As soon as the hog runs past, then you need to already be like preparing for their next. Like, this is the thing about any spots to punish a flanker then. I mean, there's not many flank spots on this map, but like the only part is like the left staircase kind of thing. That's the only flank area on this point. This is like about being reactive, like being proactive rather than reactive. That's the most important thing for Symmetra. Here, you're reactive. The hog makes the first move, and now you have to react. You're in the, like, he made the first move, you have to react now. Instead, if you had been proactive and thought like one step ahead and say, well, I saw their hog go through here, he's gonna appear here, so maybe I should throw one turret here, so he has to destroy, and then it'll give me a heads up. Then like one here to prevent them walking past. Like, instead of doing nothing and then letting them take the first move, make sure you're already thinking of what they're gonna do beforehand. 'Cause now you're in a bad spot. And like, as soon as you get hooked here, you just need to start walking backwards as fast as possible. Like, okay, so you walk backwards, but then you just go to the right, and you like, why are you here? You're like, you even hear their Doomfist. VODs, yeah, viewer VODs, viewer VOD reviews. So you can hear the Doomfist punch. I don't know. I'll raise the volume. You hear? He goes, eh. Like, at that point, you need to be behind your Reinhardt. Well, like, not behind him, but like, you need to be already backing up. But you're in a bad spot there. That makes sense. You're just too close. Way too close. Like, it's like you're frontlining. You only have 200 HP. So you need to be way farther back. Left click here is not useful. I'd suggest orb spams. If they go like, the thing with Doomfist Hog, they punish squishy frontline. So you need to be playing more back. And it's important to click tab. You haven't clicked tab like once to check their comp. That's one thing I always recommend. Click tab a lot. Always check their comp. Check what heroes you're playing against and make your decisions based on that. Don't just do what like things without considering like other things. I don't know. Yeah, like, see, you didn't check their comp. You didn't know they had a Hanzo, and you just died him. So I mean, you click tab now, but
Helden sterben nicht. Sentry online.
okay, so these turrets like kind of useless. If you think about where they're gonna come from, they're not gonna come from. These turrets are good if they come under this tunnel. Then they're like they're super good. But you already know they're up here. Like, if they're up here, why would they like walk back and like go under, right? They're just gonna, like, if they get through, they're just gonna drop to point here, and they'll see your turrets before they can interact, and they'll just destroy them. So try to think more about where you're placing your turrets. Like, think about where the other team is, where, like, what's the path they're gonna take, and like, and place your turrets kind of, I don't know, using that information. So a better turrets, like, if you want, I don't know, quickly, like one here, one here. Like, because if they drop, then they'll be behind them. Like one here, then even one here.
Order overcomes chaos. Helden sterben nicht.
So this wall is actually, I don't know, not that good in my opinion. Especially, I mean, your team uses too many ults here. Farm that Doomfist. Yeah, the Doomfist is bad.
Helden sterben nicht.
Okay, as soon as you hear experience and surrender, you need to just deselect your ult, right? Click the cancel button. You do not lose the fight. Well, you may lose the fight after about 6 seconds, but once you hear those words, you know that your team is invincible for 5 seconds. You don't need to put your ult down. So like you just burn 3 ults for nothing, right? And then 4 ults. So just too many ults here, right? There's nothing like, there's not much you can do to stop your team from wasting ults, but there is a lot you can do from preventing yourself from wasting an ult. And like, don't get greedy. Like you kind of just get greedy here to get a kind of a turret wall play where they'll walk past and they can't destroy the turrets. Like you just get greedy for that. It's better to use your wall to cancel out one of their ults. On defense, that's what you need to be doing. That's how they'll raise your chances of winning if you use your ults to counter theirs. Because think about it, on attack, your ult is so much more valuable. Like because of the spawn advantage, basically. Like if the attackers use one ult and get 1 kill, and the defenders use 1 ult and get 1 kill, it's worth it for the attackers because they have a closer spawn. So if you can just like make their ults less effective with yours, then I'll be doing a great service on defense. It's
In place.
like, especially you think when they have, like, I would, against the hog, you should always be looking to counter his ult with yours.
In place.
So you see the Doom go in? Never do this. Never do this. This is just too far. You could have peeked a little to like look if he was inside waiting there, but like if he was good at Doomfist, you've been dead. That's just, you're just walking too far. Like he just has bad reactions.
Group up.
Meteor strike you Meteor strike you
Yeah, not much you can do there.
Teleporter online. Secure the objective. Chakranalis and my teleporter is online. My keen analytical
Nice. Like, I think you already won it.
teleporter is online. Touch from afar. Turret in place.
وريهم قوتك وريهم قوتك
Like you spend too much time shooting the Doomfist.
وريهم قوتك
Not your job here. Like the chance of you hitting him is kind of low. Especially like when you hear your Reinhardt uses his hammer, you need to be following up on that. It's more important. So I would, like when you hear the hammer down, he's it's crouched down.
60 seconds
Teleporter online.
وريهم قوتك
Like at this point, crunch down. You just, oh no, that was their Reinhardt. Wait, but your Reinhardt hits a shatter too, right? Or does he solo shatter their hog? Or does he? What happened? Yeah, here. So there, your Ryan shattered. Okay, who's down? It's hard to see because you didn't look. It looks like the Anna's down. I can't be sure. Yeah, the Anna is on the ground. So, you could have killed the Anna. I guarantee you. If you had shot, so the shatter does 50 damage. If you shot an orb, like do a full charge orb and then shoot like a small one, you could have done. You would only have to do 150 damage. So you could have killed the Anna if you had paid attention that your team hit a shatter. But the Anna gets up and she starts.
Turret deployed.
Ugh.
Yahi param vastavikta hai. Raksha pranali samriddhi.
Like here, it's not useful the wall because they don't have any damage that's blocked by wall. Like their remaining DPS is like a Genji and a Hog, right? They don't have, and especially like a wall this way when when the fight is already like a close quarters fight, putting a wall doesn't help. You should save the wall there. And especially, and more generally, if you're on defense and you like are on point A of a 2 CP map, it's always better to play conservatively. Like don't like, it's not good to just go all out on first point, right? It's better to play more conservatively and like give first point so you can have ult advantage for second. Because like if your team just blows all their ults on first point, right, to try to save it and it fails, like what are you gonna do on second? There's nothing you can do. They're just gonna come in and kill Anubis. So try to play more conservative.
Sentry turret placed. My ultimate is charging. Defenses in
Against their comp, I would honestly hide up here. Like you can, they don't have many like the only person who can kind of contest you up here is the Genji. It's hard for the Doomfist to like situate himself up here. You'd have to like, I don't know, he'd have to like punch, get into the air, and then like E onto here or something. It'd be hard for him. So the Genji is the only person who can contest you if you were to take like this high ground up here and then play more aggressively, really. So here you make him. You could have just left clicked him and you would have died. Like you're pretty. Like here, the third, you could have killed him, right? If you just didn't charge the third left click and just zapped him. Okay, on 2 CP, just like sitting up here and shooting orbs is not, you're not doing enough. To hold point B, you need to be so proactive. Like you need to be getting, you need to either be like taking attention from their team, or you need to be getting like kills, full kills. Otherwise, you're just gonna lose the point. You see, that's what happens. You like, you don't do bad. You're not doing bad, right? You're not feeding, but that's not enough on 2 CP on defense. You need to be more proactive. Otherwise, you'll just lose the. So that's kind of what you go for.
light.
I mean, that's the thing. Like,
Light.
if you make blind TP bombs, blind TP bombs just get you killed. Like here, I know you, like basically what happens is you see them get kills and you panic. You're like, oh shit, I need to do something. You just go for a TP bomb. It ends up being like a blind TP bomb. You just kill your turrets instantly. But like standing up here is not that good. It's good if they have dive and you need and you can take attention from their dive. But if you're gonna stand up here, like you need, the only reason to stand up here is to charge left click as they walk down mid. Okay, nice dodge.
Sentry deployed. Acknowledged.
This will heal you. Coalescence is charging.
Thank you.
I mean, so now's a yeah. Okay, yeah, sure. I've never done this, but I think this is too risky. There's no escape here. If they notice you, what are you gonna do? And it's not that hard for them to notice you. Oof, aggressive. Too aggressive. Now you're dead, dude. Wait, they don't know. Oh my. Yeah, I would never do this. This would just get me killed instantly. But I guess it works in diamond.
No one can hide.
I mean, so now you're in a position. That's the problem. Right? Now you're behind them. And you lost someone forward. So now like. So now you're in the tough spot of you have to make an impact from behind them. A Symmetra, which is like,
Discharging.
as they're running away from me, there's not much you can do. So,
No one can hide.
yep, you need to get down.
From light.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, so it's just not a really good play. Yeah, you probably know, like,
Yahi param vastavik. Pranali.
I mean, yeah, now it's gonna be the same thing. Where'd you put your turrets? Well, I mean,
Sentry turret.
that's a problem. Like, these turrets are useless because you know they're not gonna walk. Well, you don't know, but like, you can make an educated guess that based on their past behavior, they're gonna go to the right. But you don't adjust you don't seem to take into account their behavior and like adjust your strategy based on it.
Attackers incoming. Defend objective A.
I should order.
Okay, so they don't go right.
Line. We move swiftly.
Well, I'm wrong then. Okay then. But they don't go main. So. Like, very few teams will take this, honestly. So putting turrets here, I only put turrets like around this thing when it's like, when I know they have to go main just because of like the time constraints. Otherwise they won't be able to touch at all. So it's better to have your turrets like covering the side routes. And it, as well, because it's easier for your team to contest this route than the others. So you might as well like put your turrets on the spot where it's harder for your team to contest. Okay, so now with 30 seconds, like, they're probably gonna walk down to mid. Ugh. Oh my gosh, I'm yawning so much.
Turret in place.
We don't watch. What the?
Sentry deployed.
Types in chat, Widow watch out, but it's too slow typing, so Widow still died. Feels bad, man. Like, you could see, like, even though like you put your turrets there, basically no one walked through this path. So there's a lot of better spots, and Also, one tip is like you can hide your turrets in this little foliage. Team chat muted. Oh, yeah, that's a rip. If you see something green like this with leaves and shit, put your turrets in it because they can't see it. They can only see it when it activates instead of zapping someone.
Teleporter online. I have opened the path.
Oh.
Yeah. Vanity. My teleporter. Group up with me. Raksha Pranali Symmetra. I am claiming the objective. Support me. Teleporter online.
So like,
Raksha.
honestly, you should have waited longer before you, like you should have, right? If they don't know, okay, so you could have done this. You could have went through and just hid here. And you could have even put your turrets in a better spot, which would have been like against this wall. And against, like, lower here. And against this wall here. So if you waited, like, you just stood here. They don't know you're here. You just stood here for about 3 seconds. Then you throw, but don't throw them there. There's a bad spot. You throw like one like here, one in this corner, like around the bend. And then maybe like one right here.
I am claiming
And then you went to point.
objective. Support.
You would have had, you could have placed TP now. So right, you could have placed TP like up the top here. And then instead of like, look how you just try to scramble to place it. Like you get out, but it's close and you could have easily died. So you just waited 3 seconds. Like if they don't see you, there's no reason to rush, right? If they don't see you, then you should just wait for all your cooldowns. That's the most optimal thing. Okay, so your team just kind of cleans everybody up. Yeah, I don't know. Not much else to say. Just getting the kills. Unmute chat. So you can like unmute chat so you can see if people say like good job Symmetra. Okay. That was it. That's it. What's up, Zuts? Okay, that was fun. I hope you guys learned. I don't know if that was good. Was that good? I don't know.